Hi everyone, um, this is Sujit again, and today I'll be talking about lazy stored property. So it is very useful in Swift. So what does this mean? A lazy stored property, as you might have already known that there are lots of properties such as stored property, computation property, and this type is it is a lazy stored property. So it is a property whose initial value is not calculated until the first time it is used. So I have copied this definition from swift.org. So what does this mean is that so if there is a certain property in a class and that is not required at like at every time, in only certain time it is required, then we can keep that property as a lazy property. And in the second part, what I have written is that it is used when initialization of certain property which is computationally intense or time consuming, and that need not to be performed unless or until it is needed. So that is the kind of definition we have about the lazy stored property. So let's write down a code so that we can get more knowledge rather than just talking about the concept. So let's define a class called medical history. So this is a class, and let's say there is a file with file name. Let's say the file name is file name.txt, and there is another method within this class called load uh, medical history, and it does not have any parameter. So let's say there is no return within it, and I do not have any definition at all. So but however, we need to use that file name, right, in order to load the medical history. So I'd just like to comment it out. Use the file name property here. So we have defined a class, and we are going to define another class called person, right? And within person there are two properties. One is var name. So this is the stored property where the name of the person is used, right? And the other one is lazy var, and let's say medical history, uh, and I'd like to instantiate that class. So over here you can see for defining the lazy variable we need to have the keyword lazy var, and we cannot say like lazy let, because lazy variable are always variable. We cannot use a constant for the lazy variable. So why is it? I'd like to write the comment: var must be used. Why? Because you do not know whether there will be a value before the uh, instance initialization completes. So yeah, I'd like to give a certain explanation over here. So why the variable is used? Because we do not know whether there will be a value before the initialization completes. So whenever we are going to instantiate an object using this class, we do not know whether there will be any value, like whether the what kind of value will be there, or there will be any value at all. So we do not know about that. So so that we need to use variable. So If we are using constant, then we need to like have the idea what kind of value will be there before the initialization of that particular object is performed or complete, right? So this is a kind of something we do not know in advance before the initialization part completes. So a variable is always used for lazy initialization. So this is the fact about that. And the other thing I need to do is I need to initialize this class. Name of person is the like description here. Name, I'd like to use it like this, and then after it is this is the string type, right? And within that I'm going to initialize name property using name. So that is all about the person class, and I'm going to instantiate suppose John is a person. So person, I'd like to initialize the name with John. Suppose Doe is the last name. Let's run it. What will happen? Okay, it is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write it down just as name. Okay, so over here at this point of time, the medical history of that store property has not been instantiated because we are not using it for the first time, right? So we have not used it yet, so there is no medical history property within this person John. So as we can see over here, this person class had has John Doe as the name, but there is no like there is a kind of nil over here, and there is no the property named medical history, right? So this is the fact that the medical history has not been created yet, but I'd like to have access to the medical history now. And name of the file, let's say file name, right? We know the name of the file, that is file name.txt. We have used this property over here. So what it does is at this time the initialization of that stored property is called. Until this time it was not called. So let's play it. Let's see over here file name.txt. As we can see over here, file name.txt is the value for file name. So it means that the stored property medical history has been initialized over here. So until this point it was not initialized. So that is the benefit of having declaring the property as lazy variable. So that is all about lazyvar for today, and I'll be keeping this file in the description box below. You can just download and play it around so that you can get familiar with this different kind of property. So that's all, and have a great day. Thank you.